finally! Woo! Yeah! Yeah!
All right!
Woo! Come on, buddy!
Yeah! All right! Wait. What are we celebrating?
Oh, after 10 long years, I finally did it!
Did what?
This! Ready?
Whoa! All right, go, John! Go, John! That is awesome!
Yeah, hey! You want to try it?
Oh, yeah!
Come on, try it.
Okay.
Brandon!
I'm sorry.
Taking my horn.
Hey, I'm Lawson, and it is my mission to bring a little joy into your life. There's so many of them. There's too many. I'm not. Okay, you can just. Day brightened. You're welcome. But I'm not only a bringer of joy, I'm also a troubadour with a trusty tale of wit and woe from this kid named Liam that I know. That just means I'm gonna tell you a story. Now, Liam has been excited about summer vacation since, well, last summer. And Liam's got it all planned out. He's gonna ride bikes with his best friend next door, Ben. And after that, he's gonna play video games all day long. Plus, he's gonna eat whatever he wants. All the snacks. But then, it all falls apart. Ben goes to spend the summer with his grandparents, and Mom limits video games to 1 hour a day. And Dad, who's on a health kick, replaces all the snacks in the pantry with weird stuff. And Liam declares that this is officially Bummer Summer. And he is so bored. But Liam knows he can't tell Mom because she'll give him stuff to do. And Dad is like, I know this isn't what you planned, but reminds Liam that he can still choose to find joy in the small stuff. Liam mumbles, whatever. But Dad asks, how about a bike ride? And Liam is so bored, he actually says, fine. Once Liam's actually out there with Dad, he realizes the wind in his face feels pretty good. And then he spots some really awesome clouds. And when Dad pulls out the dad jokes, where do sharks go on vacation? And Liam's like, Finland! And it's so bad, he's gotta laugh. And at home, Liam remembers this cool graphic novel Ben let him borrow. And it turns out to be so good, the characters practically leap off the page. And when Liam needs something to eat, he sees all these bright, awesome colors and celebrates with one monster of a snack. And it's not what he planned, but Liam's got to admit that maybe his bummer summer can be a funner summer. So kids, never underestimate the power of a good grape. And always remember this, that joy is choosing to celebrate what God is doing, even in the little things around you. Also, bubbles. You're never too old to celebrate bubbles. Or grapes. Grubbles, if you will. Yeah, I'll see you guys next time. And don't forget to eat your grapes and your healthy snacks.
Party people, where you at?
It's time to celebrate. It's time to get it started. The party's happening here.
That's right.
I turn up the music loud. Dance like nobody's watching. We got a reason to cheer.
Let's go.
'Cause Jesus, your love is for everyone. We're gonna shine your light today. So come on, clap your hands and everybody dance. The party is popping.
Story Lab. This week we're talking about joy. While we take a look at the story of some people who knew when to celebrate.
Hey, I'm Skylar.
And I'm Sebastian.
We're talking about joy, which is choosing to celebrate what God is doing.
We have a lot of different reasons to celebrate, from big to small.
Like finishing a race or finishing a puzzle.
I started a puzzle last night, but it's not done yet.
Did you finish the outside edges?
Yeah.
Then let's celebrate that.
Cute. All right, biggest bubble wins. Ready?
Good job.
We're celebrating our celebrations.
Every successful bubble deserves to be celebrated.
And that's a lot of celebrations.
Speaking of bubbles, I know how to create some epic ones.
With gum?
Not quite, but they're still awesome.
Let's make it.
For a giant bubble wand worthy of celebration, we will need 2 wood dowels, 3 yards of cotton cord, 2 eye hooks, and a couple of washers.
Why do we need washers for bubbles?
It helps make a bigger loop for bubble making. Step 1, take a dowel and screw one of these eye hooks in.
It might help to have an adult drill a small hole for the hook. Do we cut the cord into separate pieces?
Yep. Step 2, cut 1 piece of cord 5 feet 6 inches long and one that is 3 feet 6 inches.
Scissors? Oh. Where'd she go?
There you go. Make sure you use an adult to help you with scissors.
There we go.
There we go. Step 3, place the washers onto the long cotton cord.
Wait, both of them?
Yep. They will help later when we try to make big bubbles.
Perfect. Step 4, tie one end of each cord to each dowel to make a giant smile.
There we go. That's it. All done.
I feel like we're missing something.
You mean the bubbles?
Hold this.
Oh, okay.
Teamwork makes the dream work. How do we do this?
Hold the dowels together and dip the cords into the solution.
Okay.
Then, lift them gently, still holding the sticks together. When you are high enough, separate the sticks into a big happy smile again, then swing gently to make a bubble.
That was awesome. That was a ginormous bubble.
Every bubble is worth celebrating.
Wait, let me try.
Go for it.
Whoa.
That is awesome.
Nothing says celebration like bubbles.
Speaking of which, it's time for
The story before the story.
today. We're in the book of Ezra. Ezra tells the story of God's people after they returned from exile in Babylon.
But long before, out of a deep, deep love, God created an amazing world and people, us.
When people turned away from God, the world was broken.
From the very beginning, God had a plan to bring us back into a relationship.
God chose a man named Abraham and promised to bless the entire world through Abraham's family line.
That family, the Israelites, grew in number and became a great nation.
But over and over, they turned away from God.
At last, they were captured and taken away to Babylon. Even then, God promised that after 70 years, they would come home again.
Which is where our story starts.
Take it away.
Hey everyone, I'm Erica. For 70 years, the Israelites were exiles living in the foreign land of Babylon. That's pretty much a lifetime! In fact, Babylon itself had been conquered and was now part of Persia. Many of God's people had never even seen their homeland of Judah. But even before the exile, God had promised through the prophet Jeremiah that the Israelites would return home after 70 years. So as God's people neared the 70-year mark, they must have wondered,
We're still exiles. We have no power. What's going to change, God?
the situation seemed hopeless. But our God is so awesome and powerful, it doesn't matter that we are not. In fact, God moved the heart of the new Persian king Cyrus to favor the Jewish people.
The Lord is the God of heaven. He has appointed me to build a temple for him at Jerusalem in Judah. Any of his people may go up to Jerusalem and build the Lord's temple.
This was incredible. Not only did King Cyrus give permission for the Jewish people to return home, but he gave back thousands of gold and silver dishes that had been taken from God's temple 70 years before. More than 40,000 Jewish people traveled home to Jerusalem on an epic journey. It took them months. And when they got home, well, it wasn't exactly home sweet home. The walls of Jerusalem were broken down. God's temple had been completely destroyed. The people couldn't live in Jerusalem, so they settled in towns outside the city. But their leaders, including a man named Zerubbabel, knew the most important thing was to rebuild the temple, the place where God would dwell among them.
We'll start with the altar of the temple.
What about the city walls?
Yeah, there are enemies who want to stop us.
We will honor God by rebuilding the temple first.
Even though they were afraid, the people trusted God and rebuilt the huge, beautiful altar. This was one of the most important parts of the temple, where they could make offerings to God. Once it was complete, they could begin celebrating the feasts and festivals that God had given to Moses hundreds of years before. Woo-woo! Part 1 was done, but there was still a huge amount of work to be done. So next, they tackled the foundations of the temple.
All together now. 1, 2, 3.
Massive cedar logs from faraway Lebanon were floated many miles and then carried overland to Jerusalem. Then, the people dragged them into place to form a strong foundation for the temple. Now, a foundation is a great start, but it's just a start. There was so much more work to do to rebuild the temple, and the city walls, and all Jerusalem. It probably felt overwhelming. The Levites, who had been given the role of leading God's people in worship, took their places before the temple foundation. With trumpets and cymbals, they led the people in praising God.
The Lord is good. His faithful love to Israel continues forever.
Thank you, God! Good!
Most of the people had been born in exile and had never seen the temple before it was destroyed. But a few old-timers remembered the first glorious temple.
Do you remember the first temple?
It was bigger, grander.
This one here is like a tiny ant compared to a giant grasshopper.
It's true that the new temple wasn't as impressive as the first one. It was true, they still had a long way to go. But God's people were still filled with joy to know that they'd completed one big step along the way. They praised God so loudly that their shouts of joy could be heard from miles around. The end.
Gotta be honest, this story makes me tired.
Yeah, I mean, I'm tired when I have a little project to do for 1 week.
And the Israelites had an entire temple and city to rebuild.
It was a ginormous job, for sure.
So, what's our part in the story?
Well, you're probably not going to be rebuilding a city anytime soon, but we all have epic work to complete. School projects, learning a new skill, healing from an injury. Truth is, we will never be completely finished in this lifetime with all the things we need and want to do. That's why it's so important to celebrate the baby steps along the way.
Like finishing the school year.
Or learning how to play one song on the guitar.
Exactly. God is with you each step along the way, and it's so important to stop and remember that. When you give thanks for all God has done and ask God for help to keep going, that can bring you joy.
Even when you're not done yet.
Yup. God knows we need joy in order to keep going. So this week, look for baby steps to celebrate.
Like getting a good grade on your math assignment.
Or making it a whole day without arguing with your sister.
Or running around your block, working up your way to a 5K.
All great ideas. Because when we follow Jesus, God gives us joy through the Holy Spirit so we can celebrate every moment along the way. See you next time. Bye.
Bye. So here's the thing. Celebrate each step of the way.
Every step and every bubble. Ready to celebrate some more?
Definitely.
Instead of one giant bubble, how about a gazillion tiny bubbles?
How about both?
Whoa! Try it again, try it again.
Whoa!
Thanks for joining us in the Story Lab.
See you next time.
There's so many of them. Whoa, okay.
Hello, everybody! Welcome to the So-and-So Show. We're your hosts, John and Brandon, and we've got a great show in store for you today. Isn't that right, Brandon?
Yeah.
Are you even listening to me?
Yeah, I am.
Oh, great. Really? So you're okay with me shaving your entire head?
Yeah, it's a great idea, John. 14.
Brandon!
What? Well, you're gonna make me lose count.
Good!
Good? No, it's not good.
Yeah, it is. You just agreed to let me shave your entire head.
What?
That's right.
No, you are definitely not allowed to shave my head.
Yes, I know that. I was just proving to you that you weren't listening. Why are you obsessing with that pile of dishes?
They're not just dishes. They're dirty dishes. And there's so many.
So?
So I have to wash all of them. It's gonna take forever. I don't think I can do it.
Of course you can do it. Just wash one dish at a time and the pile will get smaller as you go.
1, 2.
Will you stop counting those dishes?
I need to know how many there are.
No!
It's time for Take a Step, featuring you and your everyday problems. And here's your host, Cameron Medusky.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I'm your host, Cameron Medusky, and welcome to Take a Step. Let's meet our contestants on the show today. Brandon here is feeling overwhelmed by this massive pile of dirty dishes. Can he get them done? You know, there's only one way to find out. It's time to play Take a Step. Are you ready?
I don't know what's happening.
Let's go! Now, Brandon, your task is to walk across the full length of this rug.
That seems pretty easy.
One step at a time, Brandon, just like you're gonna do with those dirty dishes of yours, okay?
Okay.
Great job, Brandon. Great job.
Thanks.
Now, Brandon, are you ready to take another step?
Just one.
Now you're getting it? Oh, smart. Ready to take another step?
Yeah!
I'm gonna need to put some sunglasses on. You are shining so bright. Woo!
Can I take another step?
Absolutely!
Yeah!
All right! Ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up for your winner, Brandon! Congratulations, Brandon. That was incredible. Every single step. And now, you've been given the skills you need to tackle all your everyday problems, like those dishes. All you have to do is take a step! Woo!
It's Bible story time with Kellen!
Hey guys.
Hey, Kellen.
What are you doing?
I'm washing dishes. Don't worry, just one dish at a time. Hey, but go ahead with the story. Don't let me distract you.
Actually, those dishes might come in handy. Mind helping me out with the Bible story today?
Sure.
Great. Then it's time for a little Bible story sound jars, or sound dishes in this case. Our story today is from the book of Ezra, which talks about God's people after they returned from exile in Babylon. Now remember, a long time ago, the Israelites were chosen to be God's people, and God promised to bless the whole world through them. But the Israelites had been captured and taken away from their homeland to Babylon. Can you imagine how devastating that would be? They must have been so heartbroken.
Oh, my heart!
But God had made a promise before the exile even started that the people would return home after 70 years.
70 years?
Yeah, I know.
70 years?
It's true, but
70 years?
yes, the Israelites had to wait for a long time. So long that Babylon got overthrown by the kingdom of Persia. Many of the Israelites had lived their entire lives in captivity. It would have been really easy to feel discouraged.
We're never getting out of here.
But God is faithful. When God promises something will happen, it happens. God moved the Persian king to allow the Israelites to build a brand new temple for God in Jerusalem. The Israelites returned to their homeland, but it wasn't exactly a dream come true homecoming. The walls of Jerusalem were broken. And God's temple was destroyed. the people had to live in towns outside the city while they rebuilt the temple.
Oh, man.
The temple was a big deal. It was a big deal because it was the place where God would live among them, and they wanted to build it right. It would be big, beautiful, and take a long time to build. So they got to work. I'm not sure they had power tools, but they did work really hard. First, they built an altar. Then they laid the foundation for the temple. When the builders were finished laying the foundation, the priests came in, and they brought trumpets with them. Then more priests, the Levites, came bringing cymbals. They praised God and gave thanks to him. Even though they still had a long way to go before the temple was finished, they celebrated and praised God after this first big step. They said,
"The Lord is good. His faithful love to Israel continues forever."
All the people gave a loud shout.
Hooray!
All the people. They were so glad that the foundation had been laid. That one step was worth celebrating. Now, remember, it had been 70 years since the last time they were in Jerusalem.
70 years?
Right. So while most of the people weren't even alive back then, some of the older people remembered God's first temple, and they began to weep. And while they cried, other people shouted for joy. No one could tell the difference between who was shouting or crying, happy or sad, because they were making so much noise. They were so loud, in fact, that the sound was heard from far away. The end. Oh, thank you. And thank you guys for helping me out today.
Of course, happy to.
Yeah, that story was amazing. I love how much they celebrated the temple.
Yeah, and remember, the temple wasn't even finished yet. They had only just laid the foundation when they celebrated so loudly that people far away could hear them.
I usually like to wait till the whole task is finished to celebrate.
You can do that, but you can also celebrate what God is doing each step of the way.
That's so cool. Hey, thanks as always, Kellen.
You bet. I'll see you guys next time.
Later. You know, I think I'm starting to like this whole idea of celebrating step by step.
Oh, yeah? Well, you want to go on the game show again?
Take a step! No, I would rather reveal the question. What is something that took longer than you wanted it to?
Oh, almost everything.
It could feel that way sometimes. But seriously, it could be finishing your homework or doing chores like washing dishes.
Or even things you want to do can take longer than you expect, like getting good at a new sport or learning how to play an instrument.
Yeah, that's why it's important to celebrate your progress along the way and not just once you've reached your end goal. God can help you find joy while you wait.
Hey, I am proud of you, Brandon. Way to go. You've come so far.
Thank you. Hey, that's all we've got today. I'm Brandon.
I'm John, and this was the So-and-So Show.
Yeah, it is.
Look at all this beautiful, clean
I know.
dishware.
All right. Washing dishes. Best credits ever. Yeah.
Yeah! Brandon! Brandon! The chicken! This is a really hot suit.
Oh, watch it. Oh,
It's soup.
it's so much easier when you do it one at a time.
I can only one-legged moonwalk.
Just do one leg at a time, John.